In the resistance against ISIS gangs, British citizen YPG fighter Konstantinos Eric Schofield died on March 2nd, 2015, while fighting against ISIS gangs in Tel Barak, Rojava. The family of Kostas Schofield, who fought an honorable fight against Daesh in the YPG ranks, is with us today. Dear Vasiliki Schofield and dear Chris Schofield, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So let's start with the Turkey's occupation attacks to Kurdistan lately. Turkey has recently begun another military operation against the PKK in northern Iraq. At the same time, Turkey continues making threats about invading further into the Kurdish majority areas of North and East Syria. What do you think is the aim of the Turkish government's domestic and foreign policy in the region?
Our problem in the UK is that there's no reporting of Turkey's invasion into Bashur. So we have to read Facebook and Twitter reports. But we've noticed the heavy defeats that Turkey has endured. And this is probably why it's not becoming in part of it's not being reported in the UK media. Turkey's aim is to annex Kurdistan, Rojava, and Bashur, and it lacks the commitment, and the whole affair is designed to bolster the president's diminishing popularity.
Dear Vasiliki, is there anything else that you would like to add on this question for the Turkey's invasion attack and the threats against Kurdish region?
Yeah, I think it's part of the Turkish state's desire to recreate the Ottoman Empire and to have control of that region. It's a desire to go back to the old glory days. It's an attempt to turn the people in Turkey's eyes away from the rubbish internal policies and his dreadful the fall in popularity. And I think he thinks he's bigger and better than he is, and he's just a dictator who has big ideas. And I think he sees the Kurdish people as unfinished business. He wants to, in my opinion, he wants to destroy them, and he wants all northern Syria to become part of Turkey. That's what I think.
Let's carry on with you, dear Vasiliki. What do you think people in Western countries can do to pressure the Turkish government and support the people of the region who are under attack? Very short, very briefly.
Stop going to Turkey on holidays. Stop buying Turkish products. And lobby all your politicians across Europe and in the USA. Just lobby them. Point out all the time on social media the bad things that the Turkish state is doing. And just don't let it fade away. Don't let it go unvoiced and unspoken.
Dear Chris, is there anything else you would like to add on some action against Turkey that needs to be taken by the European institutes, also the governments as well, as the Turkish occupation attacks are growing, and there is very big concerns about the democracy in Turkey as well. Is there anything else that you would like to add on about
that? They need to delist the PKK, and they need to not associate the YPG with the PKK. They're very separate groups.
Yeah, that was also your question, dear Chris. Why does the UK still list the PKK as terrorist organization, even given a decision such as the ruling from the Brussels, as you remember, High Court, that the PKK is not a terrorist organization?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Turkey is very useful for the UK's arms and armaments industry. It makes a lot of money out of Turkey. And if there were no Kurdish problem, there would be no sales going through from UK to Turkey.
Dear Vasiliki, I would like to mention Kostas Eric Schofield, Kurdish friend, our friend Martrid, Heval Kemal as well in this interview. As you remember, I was one of the first reported Heval Kemal's when he's martyred as well. I have always have that emotional connection with you. I always see you as my family as well in this country. I would like to ask you, how did Kostas decided to go to Rojava? What made Kostas to determine to help the people there?
He was watching everything on the news and on the internet, and he saw all the atrocities. He was very, very angry when the British government refused to go and help all the people on Mount Sinjar. And he was the kind of man who said, if the government won't help, if the military in the UK won't help, then I'll go and help. And he went there. He had some first aid, some battlefield first aid qualifications, and he went there to try, because he thought he could offer something to the Kurdish people to help them. And he was really impressed with what they were doing, and with their ideology of equality. And he felt that, you know, he could make a difference, and he could help them and contribute to their struggle against ISIS.
Today, can you see in concentrate terms that the struggle against the Daesh, which Kostas fought and gave his life for, worked in the establishment of a new democratic life in Rojava?
Yes, it's directly led to democracy in Rojava, and because his death was particularly significant because he died fighting for an Arab village that Daesh held, and that was so important for the YPG to secure indigenous Arabs as well as Kurds in the fight against ISIS.
Can you also say that Heval Kemal's fighting against Daesh has inspired many others in Europe as well?
Very much so. I think he was held in huge regard throughout the YPG volunteers across the Western countries. So everybody knows about what he did, and the fact that the YPG Academy is named after him. So he's held as an icon still in Rojava and probably throughout the world as well.
Dear Vasiliki Schofield, what is your message to the Kurdish community, both in Kurdistan and in diaspora as well? Lastly,
I know it's hard, and I know so many things. The struggle has moved on, and they're fighting so many states, but just keep on, please keep on. I wish I could do more to help. These are very hard times, but I'm inspired by your continued struggle for a better world, and I sincerely hope that you have some really good results soon.
dear Chris, can we get your message as well, please?
I think the SDF forces have shone a beacon of light across the Middle East for women's rights, democracy, and ecology as well. And it's a shining example for people to follow across Palestine and Israel. Bravo, you know, brilliant work, dedicated work. We are just in awe of what you're achieving now.
Dear Eric's parents, Shehid Heval Kemal's parents, one of the first internationalist YPG fighters, parents, honorable, and our beloved ones, dear Vasiliki and dear Chris. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your comments today.
Thank you.
No
Thank you
problem.
for speaking to us. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks.